Hello, welcome to the show. It is Sunday, August 25th, 2019. Back for another exciting episode of The Ram Show. And as always, my co host, Zach. How's it going?
Hi, it's all right.
I always ask Zach, I'm like, what's going on? What's new this week? And he's like, nothing.
Well, you just say that just cause.
No. Well, okay, fine. I really have nothing going on. Actually, I start back at Nyack technically tomorrow, but I don't have any classes on Monday, so not until Tuesday. So that's a thing. And yeah, so. But that's about really all that's new with me. Other than that, I don't have anything else, so. But how's the new system treating you?
Pretty good.
I know I'm jealous of you now. Yeah, Zach now has a better computer than I do.
Well, the pendulum swings,
I still have the better internet.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
We're even, I think. So, you forget I have that card to play, don't you?
Well, I didn't know it was a contest.
Yeah. You've known me long enough. You know I'm competitive. You know I'm competitive. You can't honestly tell me that you haven't figured that out yet, have you?
I mean, I wouldn't say that much, but
I think there's something to be said about us being able to be competitive, at least about our systems. In the tech world, at least. So, but gosh, that was a beautiful what, like 6 months while I had the superior system. and then Zach, of course, came along and took it away from me again.
yeah, well, the pendulum swings. Like I said, I'm sure next time upgrade time rolls around for you, there will be something better to buy.
That's probably true. Meanwhile, I'll enjoy having fiber while I do.
Yeah, I'm sure you.
No, honestly though, I do feel for you. I really think
Someday the pendulum will swing on that too.
uh well, I'm not disagreeing that it'll swing that way, but will that really make a difference? Now, if you get gigabit,
no, then we'll be even. That's when we'll be.
If you get gigabit, then yes. Then yes, at that point, yes. Then you will have outdone me on the internet portion too. So, but my new desk is coming along though.
Oh.
It's been stained. I put the first coat of sealer on it, or like the clear coat. So I think I've got like one more coat of that to do, and let that dry, and I think it'll be ready to go. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm excited. I wanted to have it done before school started, but we'll get it done here soon enough within the next couple weeks, hopefully, and then this background behind me will change up a little bit because I won't be sitting off to the side anymore. I'll be sitting kind of in the center of my desk, so that'll be awesome. I can't wait. I want my new desk. I've been wanting a new desk for a while. It's going to be nice to have everything all on like a level, or not have this stupid leaf here anymore. It was nice when you and Joe were still here, because like Joe would often come over, and then he had a place to kind of sit and like do work and things like that. But this new desk should be long enough that I could theoretically do the same thing. Just have somebody kind of move down to the end and have enough space for their stuff. Because it's going to be long. That's the theory. So I'll have room to actually set my laptop like literally right next to me instead of having it on the side. So anyway, but yeah. It's funny. I mimicked this configuration off of another YouTuber back in the day, Because it's like, oh, that looks really awesome and cool. And now I'm mimicking my new desk style off of another YouTuber. So, but you know, we can't all be super, super creative, can we? But...
Well, I mean, that's just being efficient, okay? You've let someone else figure out the best thing for you. So now you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You're filthy, ripping them off like that. How cool.
I think you've been wanting to redo something though, haven't you?
Someday, but with my monitor arm, I'm feeling all fancy and less inclined to do.
Right. Yeah. What is Zach's ideal desk setup? Like, is it long? Does it have a hutch? Does it have a leaf? Like, what are you thinking? Is it wood? Is it? I think you've expressed glass before.
You know, I thought it like glass is aesthetic, but it's probably not a good idea. Not that it will break or anything, but that like
it's
it'll
heavy.
get dirty and it's heavy and it is fragile. I mean, I don't think I'll break it. But
wood is heavy
to
too.
watch out for. That's actually true, but is it as heavy?
Depends on what
Maybe
kind of wood.
because I have a fake wood desk.
Yeah, it depends on what it is.
It's lighter than it actually is.
Because
yeah, it can be heavy.
What am I using? So the biggest thing was trying to figure out what I was going to use for the top, right?
Ah, yeah.
So I think this is what I went with. Yeah, so the most difficult part was trying to figure out what I was going to do for the top, right? So anyway,
right.
Here's what we went with. I don't know if this is the exact size, but I went for a butcher block from Menards. It was, well, so I told this story before, but the backstory is that I suck at math, and so I was relying on the nice associate at Menards to give me the correct information, which didn't happen. So
oh, goodness.
The lovely associate, I asked, I was like, well, how long is it? And they're like, well, it's like 6 feet long, which that part was true. It is about 6 feet long. How deep is it? And they were like, because I told them, I was like, I've tried a 3-foot one, but like, I measured that, right? And that's way too long. And that's initially what I wanted. I wanted 3 feet deep. And then I actually measured it out and I was like, oh, no, thank you. So, because like 3 feet would like put me back. You can't see this, Zach, but would put me like right back here, right? So I'm like ways away from the wall. So I was like, okay, no, let's not do that. So anyway, I think I ended up having him cut it to about 2.5 feet, give or take. But yeah, so it was about 3 feet deep, and I had it cut down. So it'll be just a tad bit. Actually, no, I think it's just a little under 2.5. I should have had him cut it at 2.5. I asked them what they thought was going to be good, and they were like, "Well, cut it here," and I'm like, "Sure, go ahead." So anyway, it'll be a little bit longer than what I currently have, not by much, but a little bit. And I think it's going to work just fine. So, I mean, there'll be plenty of space for me to still set my laptop on the side and things like that. I haven't decided what side I'm going to do that on. I'm wanting to get like a little desk lamp, and then I've got the cliche aloe vera plant to go on the desk too. I was like, you gotta have the cliche plant. So yeah, so I went with that. Speaking of which, I should probably check and make sure that thing's watered. I kind of forgot I had it. So yeah. Anyway, I wanted like the cliche cactus, but I couldn't find one that I liked, so I went for the aloe vera plant, and at least the aloe vera plant is useful. Like, if I cut myself or something like that, or I burn myself, there you go. Aloe vera. Perfect. Ready to go. So anyway, but yeah, so this butcher block is birch. That's what this is. So and birch is a pretty heavy wood, I think. And like it's actual like wood. It's not like a composite like or like a particle board like some of your desks. Like your desk, well, actually I don't know. Your desk probably isn't particle board, is it?
It's
Is it
fake
actual
wood.
wood?
No, it's fake.
Oh, it's fake wood. Okay. I thought yours might actually be like real wood, but
Oh,
anyway.
no way. This
So
is like crap fake wood.
so yeah, so the actual top of my desk will be birch wood. The shelving units, which, let's do this. So you can kind of see it right there. It's in the corner here. There's one of them that's already assembled and ready to go, and then I got to put the other one together. So, and then they'll sit on top of that, and I've got little like risers that are actually supposed to go underneath, but I've flipped them over and put them up on the top, and that's what the desk is going to sit on top of. So, and with those, it'll be just about the right height for me. So, it'll be the same height as this other desk, which will be really nice. So, anyway, I teased the idea of getting one of those up desks, which would have been really cool, but they're like $300 some or something like that. So,
Oh, that's too much for a desk.
yeah. Well, I'm still looking at getting a chair, like an actual nice chair.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I'd probably get a new chair before I got a new desk because mine's like falling apart.
See, so my old one was falling apart, right? And then what happened is that my mom works like in an office environment kind of thing, or at least for one of her jobs. And they were getting rid of some stuff, and one of the things they were getting rid of was an office chair. And I mean, this thing's in decent condition. It doesn't have all the features that I love about a chair, but I mean, it's actually pretty comfortable. It's been working great for me. So anyway, but I mean, at some point, I want one of those like racer style chairs. So I want something I can sit in for long periods of time when I'm working on like projects or something like that when I'm editing. So or working on homework. So anyway, or possibly gaming, even though I don't actually game that much. The last game I played was actually Need for Speed, and it was on my my PlayStation 2. Yes, I know, console peasant.
Ah, man, I wasn't even thinking about that. Calm down. Anyway, to tell you the truth, I don't really. I mean, I've never actually tried one of those chairs, but it doesn't look. Well, it doesn't look as comfy as the price suggests it should be.
They are. You sit in
Are
them?
they really that nice?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's still pretty
nice.
steep. I couldn't do that.
They've got like a lumbar pillow with them sometimes, and a neck pillow, and no, you sit in them, and they're actually pretty nice to sit in. I think though.
Oh, I can't have one, so I won't bother singing one.
What do you mean you can't have one?
I mean, I'm not spending that much on a chair.
Oh. You're like me. You're frugal.
Well, I guess, yeah, but like, I don't know. That's a lot for a chair. What can I say?
So this is, and I'm guessing your style is very similar. I walk into a store, I look at something, I say, never mind. Because I look at the price tag.
Yeah, generally, if I go to a store ever, I know what I want. I'm going for a reason. I know exactly what I want, and I probably already did my homework.
Well, yeah, with just the homework you did for your OnePlus.
Yes.
So, well, no,
I did plenty of homework for my computer as well. It's just that I was spread over a long period of
time.
Yes.
So you cut off there at the end. That's why I said that.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Still
Look at
can't
that.
help. Still can't help with that darn mouse button cutting out, or the signal
Ugh.
dropping out. No matter how much money he puts into the system. So anyway,
Ignore that.
you can't fix stupid. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, whoa.
All right. Do you remember a company by the name of MoviePass?
Yeah, I do actually.
The theater subscription service, still inexplicably, that's trying to stay in business, is still in business, right? But it left, get this, thousands of customers' credit card numbers and other sensitive pieces of data exposed for anyone to find on an online database.
Wah, wah.
Right? Yeah. So anyway, that's a
Good
thing
thing I
that
never
happened.
used MoviePass.
You know, the whole idea of it, just like their whole business structure didn't work. You know what? Like they had this great idea of wanting to like have this. You pay so much and then you get to go watch movies unlimitedly or whatever like that. Which I think the core business idea is good. It's just that they weren't charging enough to cover their costs. And like you've never gone to business school
we don't
before,
know that.
but what is the first rule of business?
Make money? I don't know.
Right, yeah, like you're in business to make money, and you have to make money to stay open.
Yeah, I guess.
So, like, that's a thing. But I'm trying to multitask right here. It's not working very well. Let's see.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe they had some kind of a deal going where they would get like cheap tickets to resell or something. I don't know. Like we don't know that they weren't charging enough. Yeah,
Well, so
that's not our problem.
the theory was that what the heck? The theory was that you would they had the prices so low initially because they wanted to incentivize people to like join the platform was the thing. So they did that for that reason. So it was like
we're losing money at first.
right, and that was I think that was the deal. Was like the theory was let's do something really cheap to begin with, right? Get people on the platform, then we'll raise the prices. But didn't end up working out that way. By the way, I totally forgot we had this thing. So let's do this real quick here. Oh, what the heck? What? Where'd it go?
What happened?
What the heck? Oh, I'm trying to roll the intro that we have, but... Oh, okay, I see. Wait, what? Hang on. Yeah. I know it's on a frozen frame now. There we go. Okay, cool. Hang on. Yeah, I totally forgot that we actually had like an intro, and I never put it back into the system when we oh, what was it? When I rebuilt everything. So anyway, but there you go. There's your intro now. So now we can officially start the show. So anyway, anyway, so a cybersecurity expert from a Dubai-based firm named Spider Silk discovered the unprotected server and shared sample data sets with with TechCrunch to confirm that MoviePass was in fact leaving the data unencrypted and accessible to anyone. What is a good practice when storing sensitive data, Zach?
Oh, more information, please.
When you're storing sensitive data like credit cards and passwords, what is a good thing to do with that?
Well, you probably want to protect it a little bit more than just leaving it out there in the front yard.
So what do you usually do with it?
Encryption.
Sorry. Yes. Bingo. I mean, it just makes sense. And don't have it just sitting around, especially in plain text. Which, again, would be what encryption is supposed to handle. But
is that really how it was found in plain text?
I don't know if it was... Well, it said unencrypted. So, who knows? According to TechCrunch, the data includes both MoviePass debit card numbers and the actual personal credit card details of customers, including credit card numbers, expiration dates, billing addresses, and names. TechCrunch says the data was enough in some cases to make fraudulent credit card purchases using other people's cards. So there you go. So yeah, I'm guessing because it was unencrypted, it probably was in plain text. The report also states how the researcher found email addresses and failed login data logs are logged on the unprotected server, and TechCrunch tested this by making a failed login attempt using a dummy account. The database showed the information unencrypted almost immediately.
Lovely.
I know, right? It's not clear. It's not clear any of the information was ever collected or disseminated by a malicious third party. However, the researcher's findings about the state of MoviePass's security are deeply troubling, given the mountain of controversies MoviePass has faced in the past. Well, that's...
They've been involved in any trouble in the past? I wasn't aware, to be honest. I don't really follow MoviePass.
They've been... So they basically went back on their word. They were like... At the beginning, they were like changing times or saying shows were like not available at a specific time, and they were trying to do all these things to save the company money and things like that, but they were doing it very like sneakily. That's not a word.
It might be. I actually don't know if that's a word or not.
Mischievously, though, or basically
they were doing it on the down low.
Right. They weren't being honest about it. They were trying to hide the fact that they were doing certain, maybe not even hide the fact, but like they weren't making it known that they were doing these things. They were just doing
surreptitiously.
And yeah, they were doing them and hoping that they weren't going to get caught, basically, is what happened. So anyway, it's kind of like the whole Apple
slow down thing.
Slow down.
So essentially they were doing stuff that wasn't necessarily illegal, but kind of questionable.
Not kosher, shall we say.
Made people question
their ethics.
Question them.
Not ethically, or not ethical.
Right, yes, of course.
So, anyway, it's easy to see how cybersecurity can fail or fall by the wayside. But the level of blunt disregard here means thousands of MoviePass customers have been put at risk of fraud and identity theft. Some of them even have been part of fraud because people have been making fraudulent purchases using their credit card information. So, I wonder if this will be kind of the last straw that... Because... I don't know about you, but if a company's storing my credit card information, right, and it's unencrypted and somebody steals it, I'm probably coming after that company to get some money back. or at least being like, hey, what the heck? Why, why wouldn't you store my stuff correctly? Like, I think it's different if a company gets hacked and they've been, they're doing everything they can to try to, keep your stuff secure, given the circumstances. But, anyway. According to TechCrunch, the researcher reached out to the company about the unsecured server and did not get a reply back. No surprise there. Only when TechCrunch contacted the company earlier the other day was the database apparently taken down.
Right, so they were warned about this and still didn't care.
I just don't think that the business ethics of MoviePass are very good.
That's just crazy. Like, you'd think, like, oh crap, big problem, fix it now.
Right, yeah. This says, we keep on seeing companies of all sizes using dangerous methods to maintain and process private user data. This is what the security researcher said in an interview. In the case of MoviePass, we are questioning the reason why would internal technical teams ever be allowed to see such critical data in, yes, plain text. Let alone the fact that the data was exposed for public access by anyone. He says he identified the unprotected database using SpiderScale's tools, which are designed to find those types of issues and help SpiderScale disclose them to companies, sometimes in exchange for bug bounty rewards. Plain text, though. Plain text. Yeah. In case you haven't been following the MoviePass debacle lately, the company's subscriber base has plummeted to by around 90% from its high of 3 million in mid-2018.
Oh, yikes.
After which company leadership discovered they could not reliably afford full-price movie tickets at the pace and volume customers were requesting them. That led MoviePass and its parent company, a data analytic firm called Helios and Matheson, to come up with seemingly every conceivable way to stay in business, from axing and reintroducing numerous versions of its subscriptions, blacking out certain movies and theaters, and pulling a number of shady there we go, that's the word I was looking for. Shady tactics around plan cancellation and auto renewal.
Well, they kind of got like in over their head a little bit.
Right, that's why I said I think the issue was poor money management to begin with. They offered
well, maybe more like they overpromised.
Oh yeah, overpromised.
They promised something, and then
right.
Well, newsflash, people want they couldn't deliver.
That still comes down to poor money management, though. I think.
I suppose, yeah.
So the theory was, right. So think about it. People buy a gym subscription, right? This is how I've seen it referred to. People buy a gym subscription, and gyms rely on people not showing up and still paying. So, you pay for the membership, right? But you don't show up to the gym. That's how they make money. That's how they stay in business. The theory was MoviePass is kind of thinking the same way. Like, people are going to pay for the subscription. They're not going to show up. And then we obviously won't have to pay for tickets, right? Well, it didn't work out that way because people actually enjoy going to the movies.
Yeah, I was going to say people like movies more than they like going to the gym, unfortunately.
Right. So, I think the idea was maybe like not a horrible thinking idea. It just didn't work out that way. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So you're right though. They overpromised what they could do because again, the price of the subscription was not enough to cover even like a single movie ticket. Like they were charging like, I don't know. Let's just say they were charging like $7, right? The movie ticket cost maybe $15. So, and again, the incentive was just to try to get people to join the platform, which makes sense, right? But you got to bring money in to keep afloat. So, and then as we see, as the company's trying to stay in business, now they're pulling all these shady tactics to try to do whatever they can to keep the money coming in. So, let's see. Most recently, MoviePass literally shut down its app, going black in early July. CEO Mitch Lowe said at the time the company had to completely revamp its service and it's pledged not to change or charge monthly subscribers during this period and to credit customers for the lost time. More than a month later, the company's website currently reads, "The MoviePass service has been restored to a substantial number of current subscribers, and we are hoping to take steps to restore service to all other current subscribers. During the downtime, MoviePass has not been accepting new subscribers." MoviePass does not have a press line it can be reached at. An email sent to its marketing address bounced back, and a request for comment sent to former public relations spokesperson who represented MoviePass in the past was not immediately returned. The Verge is currently trying to find out how best to reach out to the company for comment, and they'll update this article that we're reading from when they hear back. I don't see anything. So anyway, so the moral of the story is don't sign up for MoviePass.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea, judging by what we just heard.
Right. Yep.
Because you might not even receive service, and your credit card might get.
Yep. Walmart. Walmart's pretty big.
God. Yep.
They're suing Tesla. They're suing
what?
They're suing Tesla.
What?
Mm-hmm. Walmart sues Tesla over several solar panel fires caused by negligence.
Okay.
Malfunctioning Tesla solar panels started fires at no fewer than 7 Walmart stores, resulting in hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage, the retail giant alleges in a new lawsuit filed in New York State Supreme Court on Tuesday. The lawsuit was first reported by Bloomberg. You know, is it that uncommon to see a fire at your local Walmart? I mean, with all the hicks and
yes.
I mean, there was a kid yodeling in one day.
God. You know,
do you remember that?
I don't go there often, but I've never seen anything awful there. Fingers crossed.
There is and I don't want to offend anyone, but there definitely is a certain demographic that shops at Walmart. Not everyone fits into that demographic, but there is sometimes. And again, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but there is this, and you know what? Maybe what we do is we call it a stereotype, because there is that stereotype of the people that shop at Walmart, which we shouldn't stereotype.
Well, I mean, people think of Walmart as just a trashy place,
right? Yeah, that's kind of I don't know where that comes from, but
well, because trashy things sometimes happen there, maybe.
Yes, and I think sometimes that comes down to, and again, people are getting too offended these days, but sometimes I think that comes down to the demographic of people that shop there. Now, not everyone's like that, so
you mean there's a higher percentage of trashy people there? Who like to do trashy things?
Not necessarily. I think what ends up happening, though, is that because of the low prices, it does attract a certain demographic. And that demographic has a stereotype attached to them for doing crazy things sometimes. Or things that are a little out there sometimes. Is that fair? Maybe not. But anyway. Let's move on from that, though. Walmart alleges that years of gross negligence and failure to live up to industry standards by Tesla sparked the blazes and led at least 7 locations to close temporarily over the last 7 years. Representatives for Tesla did not immediately respond to requests for comment. I didn't realize Tesla had been in business that long.
I didn't realize Tesla made those products. I mean, it makes sense, but I didn't know they did. I thought they just were in the business of making cars.
Right, yeah, I thought Tesla was a car model, not... like, Elon Musk owns, like, how many different companies, and I thought each company was its own little entity. So anyway, no. But Tesla has installed solar panels at more than 240 Walmart locations. But lawyers for the retailer write in the complaint that the occurrence of multiple fires involving Tesla solar systems is but one unmistakable sign of negligence. Walmart alleges in the suit that Tesla didn't ground its systems properly, the solar panels installed at Walmart sites were defective, and that Tesla didn't keep proper documentation of the systems. Interesting. Grounding is important. You know, according to Walmart's suit, the problem started with SolarCity before Tesla acquired the solar panel company in 20. Oh,
okay.
SolarCity had adopted an ill-considered business model that required it to install solar panel systems haphazardly and as quickly as possible in order to turn a profit. And the contractors and subcontractors who performed the initial installation work had not been properly hired, trained, and supervised. Okay, so is this really Tesla? Well,
so they kind of like inherited this problem and then didn't do anything about it?
Right. So, okay, that would still, I think, technically make Tesla responsible then.
Well, they bought the problem.
Exactly. They bought the problem. So,
I don't know why they'd buy that problem, but they did, so now it's theirs.
Right.
Suppose.
So, Walmart claims that Tesla has failed to provide a complete set of final root causes or cause analysis needed to identify the precise defects in its system that caused all the fires. Now, see, pieces are starting to make more sense to me right now, because if you have a company with untrained people who are doing negligible things to begin with, now I can see where there might be a problem here. And now Tesla has bought this problem. So, yes, I definitely think Tesla is to blame if they haven't done anything to correct those issues. So, the number of defects, however, is overwhelming and plainly indicative of systemic widespread failures by Tesla to meet the standard of care as set forth in the governing contracts. As to the solar systems installed at Walmart stores, lawyers for Walmart write. Walmart says it demanded that Tesla disconnect all of its solar panels after 3 fires broke out in 2018 in Ohio, Maryland, and California. Tesla complied, according to the complaint, but Walmart says another fire broke out anyway at a second California store. The news comes just a few days after Tesla relaunched the website for its residential solar program and announced a new rental option. Well, that might not be going so well.
Seems not.
So anyway, no, I think you're right though. If Tesla has bought the problem, it's their responsibility to fix the problem and also to deal with any problems that may be there. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah?
Seems good to me.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, who else is going to deal with it?
No one. So, anyway. Time for our favorite show this week. Time for our Microsoft news. So, don't really have anything, like, super, like, let's make fun of Tesla. Let's make fun of Microsoft this week. More just like, this is kind of an interesting thing that Microsoft is doing. So Microsoft has created an SMS organizer app for Android. It's designed to automatically sort messages, and the software giant originally released the app in India last year, but XDA developers have spotted it now, making its way to the US, UK, and Australia. SMS Organizer uses machine learning to automatically sort messages and organize them into separate folders. How much data do you want to bet Microsoft is collecting on the messages that are coming in?
Microsoft is probably reading all of them.
I mean, AI has to read it to figure out what it is. That data's got to be
it
stored
probably
somewhere.
does.
So, anyway, that means that all the spam promotional SMS messages you get will be filtered into a promotions folder, While real messages will be located in the inbox, Microsoft also generates contextual reminders in your SMS inbox for things like flights, trains, movies, bookings, and more. Let's take a look at this. Flights, movies, bookings. That's some pretty good data there that they can collect. You fly on a specific airline all the time? Let's serve you ads about airlines. You watch a specific movie or a specific genre of movie? Let's advertise to that. There's a lot of customization available, so you can block senders, star SMS messages, and even achieve or archive older messages. Microsoft's SMS Organizer app also works offline, as all the classifying and reminder generation. Ooh, this is interesting. Is actually done on the device.
That is interesting, yes. And is also in contrast to what I expected.
Right, but how... does it have a phone home feature?
Sure it does. Has to. I'm sure they'll send it back to Microsoft and they'll say, oh, but the data's aggregated. It's fine. We don't know whose data belongs to who.
Yeah.
Just like they always say.
So you can also back up all of your SMS messages to a Google Drive account, but the app will only support SMS messages, not MMS ones. If you backed up your messages, you can also restore those to another device with the app installed. The SMS Organizer originated at as a Microsoft Gadgets project, which are apps made by Microsoft employees as experiments. It's also available immediately in the Google Play Store, but it's limited to the US, UK, and Australia for right now. So, excuse me.
You can already back up your messages in Android.
Yeah, up to Google, can't you?
Yeah.
So, I had a guy come in a couple weeks ago, and he was like, he had loaned his phone. Here's mistake number 1. Never loan your device to somebody.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
If you're going to loan your phone to someone, that means you don't have a phone now.
Right?
Unless you have a spare phone, in which case it's maybe wiped anyway. Fine, whatever.
Right. So he gave this phone to somebody, and that person probably wiped that device, had their stuff on it, and then gave it back to him and didn't rewipe it. So it was like apparently locked to their Google account or something like that. So he comes in initially to see if we can unlock it, and I'm like, no, I can't do anything for you. I can't unlock a locked phone like that.
It can probably be flashed, but that's annoying.
I need to have you explain how to do that later to me.
I haven't done it in about 4 years. And if I ever needed to, I'd just Google my phone and do it from there.
Well, yours has a fancy button.
It wasn't that hard. I remember that.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard. I think it's finding the right firmware.
Oh, most manufacturers have the firmware on their websites. You can just download it. And you just need a tool to flash it with. I remember when I flashed last time, it was with my old Samsung phone. There was a tool that was floating around on weird forums and stuff like that.
Weird forums.
For Samsung phones to flash them. And it was really easy. I just downloaded the firmware from Samsung and
it's amazing how many people still have
Galaxy. Then I had a wiped phone.
Yeah, it's amazing how many people still have Galaxy S5s.
Really?
I had somebody come in today for a new one.
I haven't seen one for a while, to be honest.
I had somebody come in for a battery for one today.
Why would you need a battery for one? You can pop the battery yourself.
No, like actually to
buy the battery?
Yeah, to buy the battery. Okay. Our store has those particular batteries. So, that's a pretty common one that we sell for phones. There's like two that we sell pretty commonly. So we've always got them in stock. And then we just put them in for people. Those ones are awesome because I don't have to open the phone up. I can just pull the back off real quick,
great.
pop it in, and go. So anyway,
Not anymore. Not in 2019.
I know. How's that whole you know, I got to be able to remove the battery of my phone thing working out for you?
Well, not my fault. Everyone else decided they don't want that.
No, Zach, you can still take the back off your phone.
Yeah,
You just got to
it's
know
like
what you're
glued
doing.
on.
You just got to know what you're doing.
Oh yes.
This is an interesting story right here. Let's talk about Apple. So anyway, uh, Apple is the company that well, Apple's just Apple, right? So anyway, you're gonna want that, and we're gonna open this up over here because we're gonna look at this in a minute. But Apple has started promoting the morning show, its first big release for the forthcoming TV Plus streaming service, and the logo for the title or show within the show looks just like the one used by Elon Musk's Boring Company.
So why does it say mooring company and not morning?
Why does it say what?
Oh wait, I'm looking at the first one. I'm like, what the
Yeah,
heck
look at
is
the
that?
bottom one there. So,
Wow. Okay.
if we're looking at this right, so here we go. So here's the the Boring Company, right? And then
Yep, I
here's
see it.
the morning show uh, image. Now, what's interesting about this is that Apple is the company that gets pissed and sues the crap out of anybody anytime they do something that looks even remotely close to anything they've done.
Well, I hope the boring company sues the pants off of Apple then. A little taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw this story, and the first thing I thought was, wow, Apple's being very hypocritical right here. Like okay, apparently it is okay for Apple to rip off somebody's design, but as soon as somebody else tries to do it, Apple's like, no, we don't like that. I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, so Apple has started promoting this, and while the fonts look slightly different, Apple's is thicker for one thing. The similarity is stark. The positioning of the words "the" and "show" seem to mimic the offset layout of "the" and "company" in the Boring Company's logo, and the "o" in "morning" is completely filled in, just like the one in "boring." Apple's using the logo for the morning show in an actual show on set and billboards, and also on the show's social media accounts. Let's see. So here's the description of the Boring Company's logo from its official U.S. Patent and Trademark Office filing. Color is not claimed as a feature of the mark. The mark consists of the terms "the Boring Company" in black and white. The article "the" appears on the top left side of the term "boring," and the term "company" appear in the lower right side. The vowel "o" in "boring" is shaded. The production company making the morning show, Always Smiling Productions Inc., filed a standard character trademark for the name of the show in February that only covers the words and doesn't include any design elements. A representative for the Boring Company declined to comment. Apple did not immediately respond to a request for comment. And Reddit is divided right now. Oh, gosh. Oh, man.
I mean, I don't know how you can really be divided about it. It's pretty obviously the same thing.
Oh, man. Let's see here. Not quite difficult. Hmm. Somebody says that they're both pretty generic.
They are very generic, I will admit, but I don't know.
Somebody says that's like spot on. Somebody says looks like it's exactly the same, including the darkened O. Somebody says Apple will do anything to make money except make innovative products. Let's see here. The font weight and font family are basically the same in this case. The text alignment and stylized O are pretty convincing that they were copied. Fonts and abstracts visual features cannot be copyrighted in most cases. Whether or not it would lead to confusion, however, is legally what matters, since they are two different companies in two different industries. Boring Company would have to make the case that it could lead to confusion among individuals. Interesting. I think they look pretty spot on.
Yeah, they are pretty similar.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's what Apple's up to this week. Zach.
Tell me more.
Yes. I'm going to shoot you a link real quick here. It is your turn to tell me more.
What? Oh, but I didn't read about this.
Intel introduces 8 new 10th gen Comet Lake processors.
Are they 10 nanometer yet? Nope.
What?
Nope. They're not.
What?
They're still 14 nanometer. 14 nanometer plus 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 plus.
Wait.
Is here, guys. Look out.
What?
I don't know. I added a few pluses, but you get the idea.
How long has Intel been working? How long? Hang on. How long has AMD been on 10 nanometer?
AMD's on 7.
Are they?
Yeah.
How long have they been on 7?
Well, on the desktop since July.
And how long has
What's
Intel been working on 10 nanometer?
I don't know.
Oh man. So
God.
So read over this real quick. Give me some highlights, because this is your area.
Maybe you should have given this to me beforehand.
I thought you knew about it.
I had no idea. I wasn't paying attention.
What the heck, Mr. I know everything about hardware?
I never said that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
When did I ever say that?
I'm sorry, Mr. I love hardware.
I think I did actually read something about this, but I couldn't really be bothered for laptops anyway.
This is for laptops. This isn't for
I see use here, so it's probably for laptops. Yeah, 6-core, 12-thread, i7. Wow. Okay, look.
Wait, what?
10.710U. Like, wow, that doesn't roll off the tongue like
the i7 10710U.
Syllables. I don't like that.
Oh man.
Where's our sheet here? Here we go. All right. i7 10710U, 6 cores, 12 threads, 15 watts. I'd have to compare it to the competition, really. I don't know. I don't know what we got here. We've got, let's see, 10710U, 10510U, 10210U, and 10110U. I hate this naming convention. This is horrible.
Oh man.
So, okay. These can't possibly be direct competitors to Gen 9 mobile parts, because Gen 9 mobile parts, I'm pretty sure they're putting out 8 cores now.
I don't know. This is your area.
Oh, don't give me that I know nothing business.
No, I really don't. I haven't been paying attention to Intel because...
I think they're actually at 612, but they're not.
I honestly don't know what's happening with Intel right now because I kind of just stopped caring. Because Intel hadn't been doing anything really.
I'm going to look it
The
up. I
last
want
I
to know
knew,
the answer. You sprung this on me, and I know nothing about it, so I need to find out about it.
it's a good thing we renamed him from Chief of Hardware.
That was a stupid title anyway. I don't need
Uh,
a title. Hello? I'm
uh,
just me.
no. I have given you a title.
I'm just me. I'm here.
You are
That's it.
the lead technology specialist.
Oh, whatever.
Uh, you know,
Oh no, nope. They're at 6
you
cores,
know,
12
if
threads on
if
mobile.
we
Okay,
actually
so
had a real,
this is slightly than what they've been making before.
slightly what?
This is slightly better than what they've been making before in terms of spec.
Okay, hold on. If we had a real company, right, an actual company where I was paying you, that lead part of your title would technically mean that I should be paying you more.
Sure,
Just saying.
I like that.
Did you say you like that?
Yeah, I like more money.
That's all I'm saying. Is if it was a real company and we actually had enough money to pay people, then yes, that lead part would actually make a difference in your title. Then you wouldn't be complaining about it, would you?
No.
Anyway, yeah, so Intel has introduced a slate of new processors to add to its 10 nanometer gen lineup, or 10th gen lineup. The announcement focused on its Comet Lake CPUs, resulting in even more Y and U series CPUs to decipher. Yeah,
This naming convention is off. There is no
oh,
information.
here's why these get so weird, because 10 has two numbers in it. So it is
Well, yes, but also they've got, let's see, they've got Ys, they've got Us, they've got other things that I had up on my screen and closed that I'm gonna go find.
so okay. So here's how the naming works.
Yeah, and
Right?
they got G7s. What's a G7? I don't know what
Okay.
that means.
Hang on. Just listen.
I know it
Okay.
says what it means, but it's stupid.
Intel Core is the first brand, so the brand, right? Then the brand modifier, which
Yes.
i7, right? Then the generation indicator, which is 10. That's been the same forever. The SKU numeric digits, so 65. And then the G7 is the level of graphics. Or that's for Ice Lake. Then for Comet Lake, it's the brand modifier, indicator, excuse me, the SKU numeric digits, and then the product line suffix.
Why do they suddenly have to add this G7 on there? What the heck is that for?
It's for graphics.
I guess, but
Oh, Intel
I don't know.
Iris Plus.
Forget that. I
No.
don't like this naming convention. I think
Intel
it's silly,
Iris
and I think
Plus
if I ever need,
graphics.
I'll just look it up.
Intel Iris Plus graphics. You know, at one
So what
point
they've
in
had,
time,
Iris,
I
Iris
need your
Pro,
help
Iris
with this.
Plus, Iris what now? Are they going to have the Iris Pro, Mega, Ultra
No.
Max next?
Intel Iris Plus graphics. You know what though? So I have a spreadsheet somewhere, right? That's supposed to have all the different generations and the product SKUs and things for Intel. I need your help with that. And then the theory is that we could just go look at it and figure out what's what.
I don't even know myself anymore.
I know, that's why we got to put one together. Anyway, so all of the new 10th gen processors use Intel's 14 nanometer process, not Ice Lake's 10 nanometer process. Do any Ice Lake processors actually exist?
Yes.
I thought the joke was that Intel didn't have any 10 nanometer processors.
I don't believe all of them are. I believe that some of them are 14 nanometer though.
Oh. So that doesn't make these bad per se. Notably, the new Intel Core i7 10710U. Ooh, yeah.
Well, for some reason, I had it in my head that was Gen 9, but on on Intel's own website, it just considers, for example, the 9900K, it considers that to be products formerly Coffee Lake. Oh, whatever. Forget this.
So yeah, I don't like these names.
I don't like
The
any of this.
10710U.
10-7. It's
is
like
its first hexacore U series processor. What the heck is hexacore?
6.
Oh, yep.
No, see, the U makes sense, or maybe it doesn't make sense. We're just used to it. U, ultra low voltage.
Is that what the U stands for?
Yes.
What is the other one?
Why? I have no idea what that stands for. I'm pretty sure that one's new.
And it features 12 threads and a higher max clock speed than some of Intel's Ice Lake processors.
There's all kinds of weird things that happen on mobile. Like they have some that are labeled HK. They have some that are labeled like just H. They have some that are labeled YU.
What are the H?
I don't even know what the H stands for, to be honest. I think that's just like those are fairly high end ones usually. So I would assume that means something like high performance or whatever.
Ooh, okay. So the new 14 nanometer chips will lack the benefit that the 10 nanometer chips have, though. On the whole, these likely won't be as efficient, nor will they tote the same kind of excellent battery life as machines that feature Ice Lake chips do. None of them feature Intel's Gen 11 impressive integrated graphics, which it claims can handle some relatively smooth gaming at 1080p resolution. Really?
No idea. No, sorry. I was trying to say no idea and not a clue at the same time. No idea. I don't know about it.
On onboard graphics, though? I mean,
you already could if you just turn down the settings a lot.
We have made progress in the Silicon world, but
absolutely.
Comet Lake, yeah, but have we come that far?
Yeah, actually, it's gone pretty far, yeah.
I still don't know. 1080p. Yeah, 1080p, but what are you in? Low settings? Yeah. I don't know. Comet Lake is instead using a previous version of its integrated graphics, as denoted by the lack of a G, followed by a number in their model numbers. Okay, wait, what? Comet Lake is instead using a previous version of its integrated graphics, as denoted by the lack of a G. Oh, okay. So the G must stand for like graphics.
G stands for indicating Iris Plus graphic.
Right, yep. Followed by a number in their model names. Basically, unless you buy a laptop that has dedicated graphics from AMD or NVIDIA, those 10th gen CPUs won't be capable of a whole lot by themselves, depending on the games you like to play. If you're feeling confused due to the 10th gen's very strange naming convention, Intel just made it even more confusing. The clues to telling them apart are in their model names. You just have to know what to look for. So that's what this picture down below is for. As for those Comet Lake CPUs, you can sort out those. What? You can sort out those out by looking for U and Y in their model names. Let's see. As shown in the photo above, Intel's Ice Lake processors are technically U and Y series products as well, but you won't find it in the name. Instead, Intel differentiates those by appending G dash number to the end, indicating that they feature its new Iris Plus. Okay.
See, look, there's so much like, I don't know, maybe I should call it like, there's so much of this branding that like crosses other branding here. Like, in this case where two different code names are crossing into this, 10th gen crap that, like, I can't even be bothered trying to make any sense of it. If I want to buy a laptop, I'm just going to look up what it has in.
Right.
Like, branding irrelevant. Get it out. Don't want to hear it. I just want to hear what it has got inside of it.
The new U series chips will support fast LP DDR4 time or 4x memory in laptops. Okay, I know what DDR4 is. What's LP?
Low power.
Oh, okay.
Not sure about the X.
Does it mean anything? It must.
Oh, no. Let's find out.
So, go on. Apple and other manufacturers, please leave DDR3 behind. Intel also deserves a nod for maintaining consistency across these new U and Y series chips, with the same support for Thunderbolt 3 and Wi-Fi 6 found in other 10th gen processors. The company's press release states that some of these processors will appear in machines with the Project Athena sticker, which is its guarantee that they have been vetted and verified for or to last for 9 hours. Interesting.
By the way, the X means it's faster. Now you know.
That's all it means. It's just faster.
Yes.
Okay. You're probably wondering where exactly.
I mean, think about like GDDR5X. Faster.
Okay. You're probably wondering exactly where you're going to find these CPUs. Intel says they'll be in machines by the time the holiday season rolls around. And while it's more efficient performant 10 nanometer chips will land in pricier machines, these new processors will likely lead to an influx of slightly cheaper Ultrabooks, 2-in-1 laptops, and other slim form factor PCs, which could even potentially include future Surface and MacBook products. Not that it matters if you buy a MacBook, because it's going to suffer from thermal throttling anyways.
Well, at least they're making it more efficient so that Apple can probably throw away those gains by making the MacBook even thicker.
Right. 10th gen Intel Core Comet Lake processors. The U series, you've got the 10710U, the 1051, God dang it, 10510U, 10210U, 10110U. I don't like these names.
I don't like any of them. Like I was saying, disregard the name. Might as well be a nameless piece of silicon, okay? And just look at what it's got. All right, I'm buying a laptop. Looks like it's got a CPU with 6 cores, 12 threads in it. Awesome. There you go.
What is EUs?
Probably execution units.
Which is what? That means nothing to me.
It's just Intel's version of a core.
Oh, for graphics?
Just think of it like cores. Like NVIDIA, you're talking about CUDA cores.
Oh, yep. Okay. So 6 cores, 12 threads, 24 EUs, a 12 megabyte cache, 15 watt and 25 watt.
Nominal. What's a config up TDP? Is that like for a high performance?
I was just going to ask you that. So 15 is like stock. And we have
that
no
probably
idea.
means you can like tick a box somewhere that says, all right, you're free to run a little bit hotter than normal. We've built our laptop to
or maybe we didn't, and we're just giving you the option if you're Apple. Not that it matters, because you won't have
Apple
an option.
Apple needs an option that says, we didn't design our thermal solution very good, so down clock thing.
No, because Apple won't admit that they've done anything wrong.
Whatever. I don't know.
Our product is superior. Base frequency of 1.1 gigahertz. Ooh.
Well, since these are used, they're all going to be very low. That's just how it is.
A max single core turbo of 4.7 and a max
U series CPUs tend to have really big variation from base to boost clock. You're not going to be
get that though.
You're not. You're just not. You might get it for a few seconds, then you're gonna thermal throttle.
Graphics max frequency of 1.15 gigahertz. Supports LP DDR4X 2933. Is that the speed?
2933 is the speed, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So in the Y series, you've got the Intel Core i7 10510Y, 10310Y, 10210Y, and the 10110Y.
Apparently, Y means like super mega ultra low voltage or something like that.
What?
So if you've got ultra low voltage, now Y must mean, something silly like that.
So these only support DDR3 or LP DDR3, and your max configuration is going to be a quad core 8 threads. Does this mean that
probably something for like Chromebooks and like ultra thin notebooks,
right? Does this mean that
tablet
they brought
PCs, like a
hyperthreading
Surface?
back?
Well, obviously, yeah. They have more threads than cores.
I just don't understand why they took that out of the i7 in the 9th gen.
I don't think they did that on mobile though.
No, you know what? Because I have a mobile system here, right? With an i7 80. What does this thing have in it? Oh, not the command prompt. How do I figure out what my processor is? Oh, I know. Device manager, right?
You can go there, yeah. Or you can go to this PC, right-click properties.
So this has the i7 8750H CPU. So what does the H stand for? Oh, that's like the high performance one, isn't it?
Probably. It's my best guess.
So I'm at 2.2 gigahertz. Which gigahertz? That's
probably your base clock.
Yeah, which means absolutely nothing to me. Because apparently having a higher core or clocks or having a
Okay, here's what I found online. Please look at the screen.
Thanks, Bigsby. Because apparently having a higher frequency doesn't actually mean that you get better performance out of the chip, right? Did I lose you?
I can't hear anything you're telling me.
I said apparently having a higher base frequency doesn't mean anything, does it? Like you don't get.
Well, it does, and I think. Now, I don't design laptop, but I think that what that is it's like we want to run this speed all the time at least. Right? That's why it's lower with U series parts because they don't have the cooling headroom that your gaming laptop.
But what's the benefit?
Your gaming laptop has more cooling headroom, means you can run 2.2 all the time. Now, obviously, that's going to differ between manufacturers as well. I mean, some with an even beefier cooling solution might boost higher. Maybe the listed base clock is 2.2, but it can run at least 2.5 in even the most demanding situation. I don't know.
What is the benefit of having a higher clock speed though? Because that doesn't necessarily mean you get more performance out of the chip, right?
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yes.
So
all other things equal, more clock speed, more better. Of course, it is that way.
So the higher the clock speed, the better. Or the
yeah, of course.
The clock speed. I mean the frequency.
Yeah, that's the clock speed.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you told me at one point in time that like the clock speed wasn't everything.
Well, it's not. I'm just saying that all other things equal. Because in this case, you're talking about the same. Let's see.
Well, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Well,
the higher the clock speed, the better the processor is.
Well, no, because we're kind of talking about like cooling right now, aren't we? Like, so you might talk about two different computers that have the same processor.
Well, you're right. So you
in this case, yes, the clock speed is everything because computer A might have a way better cooling solution than B, and so therefore A is going to clock higher all the time. So you're going to get more performance.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense. Right. Yeah. So having a higher clock speed is a great thing if your system has enough cooling to be able to to handle it. Otherwise, it really doesn't mean anything.
And that's where Apple got into trouble because they kind of bit off more than they can chew with their process.
So you might have a processor that can boost up to like 3 gigahertz, right? But if you're thermal throttling before you hit that, you know, what's the use?
Look, let me just put it this way. Your laptop with a 5-watt CPU in it with 4 cores and 8 threads is not going to be able to hold 4.5 gigahertz. The silicon will be stable at that clock speed, yes. However, no laptop with a 5-watt cooling solution is going to be able to do that all the time for an extended period. Nope, not happening.
You know, so my laptop here has where is it? Has a power manager built in. Yeah, it's called the Dell Power Manager. I love this. And this thing is a legit gaming machine, so I bet you it has options to actually like overclock the CPU, right? So
Unlikely. Being a mobile CPU, that's very unlikely.
actually, maybe I don't know. So I have optimize, cool, quiet, and ultra performance. Yeah.
Just typical bloatware included with gaming laptop. Whatever.
Well, okay. This actually has helped though. I don't know if I've turned on what did I turn off? I turned off something. I don't remember what it was called. The thing where it kicks the CPU up temporarily. What do they call that? I can't remember.
Turbo boost?
Yeah, the turbo boost. I turned off the turbo boost.
Well, in that case, you're probably running at the base clock.
Right. Yep.
Always.
Because it would turbo all the time.
And it didn't need to?
No. Literally, like I would open up Chrome. I mean, I know Chrome uses a lot of memory, but shouldn't need the turbo up to do that. Or like if I was watching a movie or like a video or something like that on YouTube, it would turbo up. It was really annoying. I think the fan curve might not be correct on this thing though.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like an optimal solution, to be honest.
Yeah, but since I put the power manager on here, like it actually stays pretty quiet. It's nice. That's what I want. So I still have the option to. I should turn on turbo boost and see what happens if I optimize it with the power manager thing. Because if I turn it off and I put it on high performance, you can hear the fans ramp up. So it actually does a pretty good job of like actually doing something. It's not like maybe necessarily bloatware like you might think it would be. It actually does change how the system performs. Anyway, although you know one thing that I figured out is that the trackpads on laptops utterly just kind of suck.
Not necessarily.
Well, okay, so I came from the MacBook Pro, right? Like, I know we love to make fun of Apple, but Apple has nailed the trackpad. I'm not as happy with the trackpad on my laptop here as I am with the trackpad on my MacBook Pro. I love the trackpad on my MacBook Pro. I never felt like I needed to have an external mouse or anything like that with my new laptop here. I prefer to have a mouse over the trackpad. So, but I preferred to use the trackpad over the mouse on my MacBook Pro, which is weird. So, but anyway, although this little mouse right here, so this is the Corsair the Corsair Harpoon RGB wireless. So this thing's actually pretty awesome. I think it was only like $40 or something like that. It wasn't bad. So, and then what's nice is that the mouse that I'm using The wireless one for the laptop is the exact same mouse that I'm using for my system, except for the one that actually goes to Redmond is just a wired mouse. So that's nice. So like, I don't know. You find peripherals that like feel nice to you, and then you don't like to change them, do you?
Nope.
Yeah. So I've gotten really used to the Harpoon Corsair Harpoon mouse, and for me, I don't need all the extra buttons. So this thing is awesome. And it was like $20 or something like that. So it's been a good mouse. Feels nice. So I can't do all the extra buttons on the mouse. Too much. I don't know. You probably like them for like macros and things like that, don't you?
I have only 4 on my mouse, and
Really?
yeah, I don't feel a need for more. No, I'm good.
I love Zach's peripheral setup here. He's got the Corsair Strafe keyboard, right?
Strafe
Or
keyboard.
Strafe. I always screw that up. Strafe. The Corsair Strafe keyboard, and then he's using an LG mouse.
What's wrong with that? That's not even an LG. It's a Logitech
Or
mouse.
Logitech. Oh gosh, I'm just doing horrible right now. I knew what I meant, but yeah, I'm using a Logitech mouse. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just weird to see mismatched peripherals. So, although your mouse isn't RGB, is it?
Oh, what?
Well, so I was gonna say, right? So if I think it makes more sense to have peripherals that are all from the same manufacturer if you've got RGB built into them, because then you can control them with one piece of software.
Maybe, but I don't know.
So anyway,
Honestly, I like this mouse enough that I'd probably buy another Logitech mouse. But I don't need to, because this one works.
but not a
Pretty
Logitech
well.
keyboard.
Ah, I like my Corsair keyboard as well. I'll buy another one of those too someday, I'm sure.
Yeah. Um.
It will continue to be mismatched, and I won't be bothered with it.
Do you change the keycaps?
Change the keycaps?
Or not the keycaps, I mean the switches?
No.
Or do you go for reds again?
I don't even know if they make reds anymore.
Yeah,
They have like
do.
silence and speed
Well,
switches,
I
and
have
I'm
the
like,
I have the
what?
red silence.
Just give me my colors back. I don't know.
So
I don't know.
yeah.
I see no reason to change them out.
Oops. I just like wrecked everyone's ears. So that's what my keys sound like. Yours probably sound way, yeah, yours are way louder than mine are. Not horrible, but then again, depends on where the mic is too. So, but yeah, mine are silence. So, I don't know. When was the last time you changed up your lighting configuration on your keyboard?
I don't know, to be honest.
What are you using right now?
It just cycles across the keyboard like it always does.
Right. Which effect in the IQ software though?
I don't know. Something wave.
Oh, you're using the wave.
Yeah.
I
On the slowest setting because otherwise it's annoying.
I have the rainbow effect turned on.
Well, that's what mine does too. It's just on the slowest setting.
Yeah. Ooh, I need to go back and switch that. I used to have it set up in Word where the keyboard would just stay a solid blue. But I don't think I pulled that setting back when I redid the system. So anyway, but yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll hear more news about Intel and what their shenanigans will be up to later. But for now, I hate the new code names for everything. They're stupid. Too many letters, too many numbers. So yeah. I don't know. How do people keep that stuff all straight? I can't. I always forget what the SKU numbers are. I don't know. Maybe, what do you just commit it to memory? Is that what you do?
I don't know. I didn't commit it to memory anymore. Why do you think I was so confused when you asked me about?
Well, you didn't even know it was happening. Oh wow! Some we see how much Zach dives into the tech world.
Well, I have plenty of time to read about stuff at work. I just can't be bothered with these mobile. Nope.
Oh man, isn't that what the no? Do the Nooks actually use a full desktop processor?
They do not actually.
See, you should be keeping on top of this stuff.
Oh.
Oh, all right. We'll stop for now. Anyway, that does it for this show. Thanks for joining us. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Comment down below. Get subscribed if you haven't done that already. We'll see you next week here on The Ram Show. Goodbye.